And the name of the child's father?
Joseph Kuroki.
And did you hear what I previously read into the record as it relates to this case?
Yes, I did hear.
And are you in agreement with those terms only that were provided to the court?
I'm in agreement with those terms, yes.
All right. And are you requesting that the court accepts those agreements and make them the order of the court today?
Yes.
All right. Now, moving forward to the contested issues. Has there been any issues relating to family violence between you and the other party to this case?
Yes, there has been.
Has there been anything within the last 2 years?
Yes.
And when was the last incident, ma'am?
About 8 months ago.
And what happened during that incident?
He showed up to my home after we separated about a year and a half ago. So he showed up to my home around 11 o'clock unannounced, just very kind of volatile. My friend was here as well. He pushed me, trying to get access to his son, which my son was sleeping. I guess that's the reason, but pushed me, kind of shoved my friend. I called the police a couple of times. They didn't show up that night. And then the next morning he came back and I didn't allow him in my home. I called the police again. They showed back up. 3 officers took my statement. And then after that, we try to keep our discussions and things to like a minimum, but there's been issues with our relationship.
And other than this incident that you spoke of that took place about 8 or 9 months ago, has there been any prior incidents?
We've had quite a few incidents. I didn't always call the police or, make a record of it, but we've had a pretty toxic relationship.
All right. But just to confirm, you did call the police in reference to this last incident, correct?
Yes.
The court begins by acknowledging the mother's objection. Her attorney explains the child has already started school in Nevago County and despite a timely objection, no earlier hearing was available. He stresses there is no intent to disrupt the child's routine. With a hearing on domicile scheduled soon, the concern now shifts to stability. Another issue takes priority. The mother has not had parenting time for nearly 2 months. Counsel requests immediate relief, explaining she was never served with the ex parte order. The request today centers on restoring parenting time while awaiting the upcoming hearing.
And based off of that incident and the prior incidents that you spoke of, are you still okay with you and the other party being named as joint managing conservators, or are you requesting that you be named as a sole managing conservator?
No, we can both. Joint is fine. He's never been harmful to his child or anything like that. And he loves his child, but so joint is fine.
Do you feel that you and the other party could come together to make decisions together that are in the child's best interest?
Yes, I think we can.
And have you two been able to do that in the past?
Somewhat. I mean, it's a hard relationship, but we have sometimes we disagree, but my son is I would say 90% of the time with me. So I do most of the schooling. My son is autistic. So as far as like transport to and from therapy and ABA and speech and everything like that, I've been doing that, but we do come to a decision based on like what school and things like that.
All right. And as it relates,
the father's attorney responds by outlining serious concerns. He states the mother vanished, unilaterally removed the child, and enrolled her in another state. According to him, locating the child required hiring a process server in North Carolina. He describes evasive behavior and uncertainty surrounding the mother's residence. The father feared the child would be taken again. He argues the current arrangement is stable, the child is doing well in school, and that continuity should remain until the domicile hearing. Parenting time, he says, may occur but must be controlled and restricted to Kent County.
To the insurance, how does the child currently receive insurance?
So he's currently on Medicaid. He's been on Medicaid for only about a month, I would say. Joseph lost his job in February. So my son lost his insurance, so we had to apply. He was without insurance for about a month or two, and then so we applied for Medicaid. At that time, he was unemployed, so we did receive the Medicaid. We finally got the the funding. But now Joseph is working, so I fear that the Medicaid will probably drop my son. So I think we're trying to put him back on Joseph's insurance.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. And as it relates to the child support, just confirm you are requesting that the father pays child support in the amount of $1,158 based off his income. Is that correct?
Yes.
And are you requesting retroactive support from May 2024 to present date?
Yes.
Just one moment.
But I am willing to negotiate. I do want to say that.
The judge weighs both positions carefully. Acknowledging the allegations, the court determines parenting time must occur if the child has not seen her mother for months. However, due to expressed concerns, the court believes supervision is necessary. The judge invites the attorneys to confer privately and attempt to create a schedule aligned with those parameters. The goal is immediate contact while ensuring the child's safety and stability. The court avoids litigating details in open court and directs counsel toward cooperation, emphasizing supervised parenting time as soon as possible under conditions that reassure both parties.
Like if the number is a very large number, and I know, I'm not in it for like the money. So I am willing to negotiate if he's okay with that.
All right, just one moment, please. All right, the state has used the reported income for the non-custodial parent for the calculation of retroactive support and requesting to take a retroactive support judgment in the amount of $18,361.50 to be paid at $142 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount?
Yes, sir.
And since the two of you separated, the child has primarily been residing with you, is that correct?
Yes.
Has the father been providing you with support for the child financially?
He's given me $1,000. I would say since May, but he did give me $1,000.
All right. And with the credit for $1,000, the state would request to readjust the retroactive support judgment to the amount of $17,361.50.
After discussions, the mother is called to testify. She confirms her identity, the child's name, and the father's identity. She agrees to the uncontested terms previously read into the record and requests they become court orders. The questioning then shifts to family violence. She testifies incidents occurred, including one about 8 months earlier. She describes the father arriving unannounced late at night, becoming volatile, pushing her, and shoving a friend. Police were contacted, though response was delayed. She states the relationship has been toxic but affirms the father has not harmed the child.
To be paid at $130 per month. Would you be in agreement to that amount?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, ma'am. And as it relates to visitation, has the father had any visitation here recently with the child?
Yeah. About a week ago. When was it? He has, but it's not over the past since May of 2024. He's probably seen him 20-25 times, like keeping him at his home. He likes to FaceTime. I do most of everything. Me and my family, my friends.
Thank you, ma'am. And would you be in agreement to the father having a standard possession order as it relates to visitation going forward?
Yes.
And are you in agreement for the father to pay the court costs associated with today's hearing?
Yes.
Do you have any additional information that you would like to offer to the court today?
No, I think that covers it.
All right. Nothing further from this party, Your Honor. At this time, Your Honor, the state would like to call the father in this matter. Sir, can I get you to state your name for the record?
Despite past conflict, the mother agrees to joint managing conservatorship. She states they can make decisions in the child's best interest, though communication is difficult. She explains the child is autistic and that she handles most schooling and therapy transportation. Insurance is addressed next. The child recently transitioned to Medicaid after the father lost employment. She expresses concern coverage may end now that he is working again. She supports placing the child back on the father's insurance. The mother requests child support of $58 and retroactive support while expressing openness to negotiation if necessary.
Joseph Kuroki.
Mr. Kuroki, did you hear what I previously read into the record that was agreed to by the parties?
I did.
And only in reference to those terms that you previously agreed to that were provided to the court, sir, are you still currently in agreement with those terms only?
Yes, those times on them.
All right, thank you, sir. And are you requesting that the court accepts those agreements and make them part of the order today?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. As it relates to the issue of family violence, did you hear the mother testify that there had been some issues relating to family violence within the past 8 to 9 months?
Yes, I had some very serious but false allegations.
All right. And, sir, has there been any family violence between the two parties within the past 2 years?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I intend to present a video showing the incident in question. I have it right here for presentation report.
And when was the last incident, sir?
Looking at the dates, give me a second.
The state calculates retroactive support using reported income, proposing a judgment exceeding $18,000, later reduced after crediting $1,000 previously paid. The mother agrees to the adjusted amount and payment schedule. She testifies the child primarily resides with her and confirms limited financial support beyond that payment. Visitation history is discussed. She acknowledges the father has had contact, estimating 20 to 25 visits since May. She agrees to a standard possession order and for the father to pay court costs. With no further statements, the state calls the father to testify on the agreed terms.
I will tell you exactly what date that was. That was June 29, 2022.
Did you say 22, sir? June 29th, 2022?
Yes, and then there have been multiple. There was one year and a half where she claimed that I touched her. Police were called. They investigated. No charges were filed because
And was that
there was no domestic violence. There was no family violence.
right? And was that the incident that took place about 8 or 9 months ago?
Yes.
And just confirming, sir, that the police were called and an investigation was conducted, but they did not have any charges pressed against you. Is that correct?
Yes, because there was no proof. There was an allegation made. There was no proof. I am a military veteran, Marine Corps veteran. I have a security clearance. I've never had any violence in my record at all. So I completely deny that allegation.
All right. Thank you, sir. And sir, are you currently employed?
I am. I have started my new job June 2nd. There was a break of unemployment this year from February to June. But I am currently employed, yes.
And are you requesting that you carry the insurance for the child going forward?
Absolutely. I've been my son's primary caregiver for 5 to 6 years of his life. I've always provided medical insurance. My insurance is typically very comprehensive. I choose to pick the highest insurance so I can cover my son's needs 100%. Currently, my insurance is $1,200 a month. I have added my son to that insurance, and I intend to keep him on that insurance. Medicaid, it's against the law for me to have him on Medicaid and private insurance. I am the one who actually got him on Medicaid. I've always led his medical treatment.
All right, thank you, sir. Just one moment. And you spoke about the $1,200 amount for the insurance. Is that $1,200